Hi class, this is Professor Rodriguez. I do want to go over a couple things in the class. I know not everyone was able to attend our virtual live session on Tuesday. I think that was the 24th. So I just want to go over some things. We are not meeting virtually in this class. I have decided, as I said before in our class meeting, we are not meeting virtually. I'm putting up the folders every Tuesday. So as we did on campus, we always started a new lesson or a new chapter on Tuesdays. So I will put up the new week's folder that Tuesday morning with the completion of the following Tuesday, 8 a.m. So all deadlines remain the same. Rather than meeting in person, I will be putting up the PowerPoint online and putting up these weekly videos, okay? So it'll look something like this, what we're doing now. So you can always rewind and kind of play it back as you see fit. So I do just want to share my screen to show everyone, and as a refresher for those who came into the meeting, what the class will look like. So basically, here's our class. Of course, with the announcement section, that's nothing has changed there. If you go to the weekly folder area, this is where I have, this was the last class we were on campus, week 7. That was the team chapter presentations. Then it was spring break. And then we had the extended spring break for week 8. Okay, that was last week. Here we have the revised timeline of dates. So if you remember from our syllabus, our course outline, we followed the timeline. I think I have it right here. I've created a new one, which you'll see in a second. So please make sure to follow that. Do not follow that old one, that old timeline. Of course, everything else in the syllabus, the course outline remains the same, except for this, okay, the dates. So if you go there, you should see the timeline. Again, the same one I have right here in front of me. This paper one, I printed it out. Feel free to print it out yourself. The light gray area are things that we've that have already passed, so don't worry about that. Again, here spring recess, no class, and then extended spring recess right here. That was week 8, or supposed to be week 8 at least. We are now on week 9. So on Tuesday, I put up this folder, the week 9 folder. Essentially what I did was I just moved everything down. So you notice some of the dates are a little off from our old dates, but that's okay. Just follow this. Week 9, so Tuesday, Thursday, essentially what you should be doing this week would be chapter 6. So read the chapter, review the PowerPoint I put up, and then do the Learn Smart. All right. So here I have, again, just like last class, you always have kind of have your homework. So this is a study for Unit 2 test. So I will put up a test on week 10. Excuse me, next week. So just read chapter 6, do chapter 6 Learn Smart. And then we'll talk about the informative and the informative and your persuasive, which is your final presentation in a bit. So just for now, just follow this, okay? So let's go back. So week 9, I have it right here, okay? So one thing you notice that for those who have not gone yet for their informative, some people are scheduled at that extended spring break, which was last week. Some people are scheduled for this week. And I believe there's some people scheduled for next week. And then pretty much everyone has gone. What you should do is upload a recording of yourself, okay? Upload a recording of yourself with your PowerPoint. All right, so if you want to display it on your TV or display it on your laptop and use your phone, I just have to see you and a PowerPoint. You don't have to have an audience. We have to do social distancing, and most of us can't get together because of travel restrictions. So just as long as I have you, see you, and I see your PowerPoint, and you're kind of going through it as if you were to do it in class, that's all that matters. All right, so you would just upload it there. If you click on week 9 folder, I actually also have that there too as well. Same thing, nothing really has changed except for, excuse me, the presentations, but we'll just go over each one. So revised timeline of dates, there it is again. I just have that there in various places so everyone understands that there is a new timeline. Following is due on Tuesday, March 31st. So just as we would have been on campus, we would have had it due the following week at 8 a.m. at the start of class. So those deadlines remain the same, always 8 a.m. on a Tuesday. Resume, I just have that there because next week I'm going to put up an assignment about your resume. So please make sure to dust off that old resume. You're going to need it for next week. The reading, lecture slides, so the PowerPoint. Okay, so go over that, what I would have done in class. And then here is the Learn Smart. Again, nothing different. Then I have here, study for Unit 2 test will be posted in week 10, so that's next week's folder. Again, I do a lot of like reminders, like, oh, what's coming down the pike. So that way you can kind of foresee and kind of plan out and do your time management between this class and any of your other classes. I do that because, you know, I know surprises can be a little frustrating. And I know you should be following this, but it's kind of my way of reminding you. So that's that. Now, I still have here the sign-up sheet. So for those who you don't remember what day you were and you were kind of one of these last week, this week, next week, excuse me, you would put that, you would just click on there and you would see when the date you were supposed to go. Whatever date you were supposed to go, just make sure you upload the video on that date, okay, because I will be checking, okay? Close out of that. And then again, this is the link here again that I had outside. I have it in here as well to upload your informative. I do also have some help links down here. So there are two ways you can record in using this link. So this link works or operates much like a LearnSmart. Basically, what you do is you click here. It would ask you for a McGraw-Hill login, and then what you would do is you would enter it just like the LearnSmart, and then what would happen is you can either record yourself doing the presentation, like from your webcam, or you can upload a recording. So again, you can either record from your webcam, right? And let's say you have your PowerPoint displayed, like right here, let's say at a TV, and you can kind of work from your webcam as I'm doing now, of course, standing up. Or you can record yourself on an iPhone, right? And maybe use your laptop or your TV, whatever the case may be. Again, I just have to see you and a PowerPoint. So you can either, again, record with a webcam or upload a pre-recorded video, okay? Now, if you upload from a pre-recorded video, it gets a little funky because sometimes the file size is very large. So click on these links. It'll kind of help you it'll walk you through that process. So that way you don't have to reach out to me. And even if you were, I'd probably just direct you to these links because I don't have access to McGraw-Hill. And if you need further instructions, just call the McGraw-Hill helpline. They're very, very good. Tell me you're a WCC student with this assignment, with me as the instructor, and they'll go see it on the back end. But please make sure to look at this before reaching out to me because, again, most likely your question will be answered here if it's like a large file or anything like that. So basically, we're going to go week after week. I'll put up a folder every week, every Tuesday. You'll just see up until the end. Just make sure that you upload your, excuse me, you can tell it's late. You can upload your informative presentation there, all right? So just follow the schedule that I have already here, the timeline of dates. Follow that. Go week by week just as you were on campus, all right? Just follow it, okay? It's pretty much, again, the same, just I kind of just push dates down, okay? So just keep that in mind. So I do want to say that, again, we're not meeting virtual. I don't know why I keep repeating myself. We are not meeting virtual. I said in the meeting, I said in my emails, we are not meeting virtual. I'm going to see if I can have some other videos recorded for you. So we are not meeting virtual. I'm putting up the course material for you to complete. Deadline still remains. So if you missed a deadline, right, we still have to kind of keep going forward with this class. And then the last thing I'm going to say is, and I've said this in my other classes too, be encouraged. Do not this may feel very overwhelming, a lot of information, a lot of classes. I'm sure you've kind of been getting information from all of your classes. Just be patient with us, be patient with yourself, okay? We are all being flexible. You should be flexible with yourself. But just keep in mind that though we're flexible, we do have to kind of keep going with the class. Reach out to me if you need any help. Stay encouraged. Do not fear. This too shall pass. I've said that before in my other classes. 5 to 10 years from now, we'll look back on this and say, oh my goodness, I have no idea how I survived that. So just go week by week, do time management with this and all of your other classes. You do have, I always recommend, I was talking to a student earlier today that said, they were kind of having trouble with other classes. Act like if you were going to class. Keep your schedule, do the same schedule, do that class for that day, next day do another class, do every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, do a little bit, okay? Because that'll help you kind of go through, all right? Just so keep that in mind, stay encouraged, and make sure this is your education that you're paying for, so you go after it, all right? Do not stop. I encourage you to keep going. Again, this will pass and we'll look back on this. But I just want to make sure that you guys are okay. Mentally, this can be very overwhelming. Don't watch the news. Just focus on what you have to do. And if you try not to go out and follow all the instructions that you see. But again, we'll get past this. It sucks that we don't get to meet in person anymore. I do really miss you guys. Miss your faces. At least you get to still see mine. But anyway, I'll leave you guys. Just make sure you guys remember, please wash your hands, all right, and practice social distancing. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am holding office hours. And that's one thing I forgot to mention. I am holding office hours virtually. So if you do have to, because campus is closed, go to, in Blackboard, go to the Contact Professor Rodriguez-Rentas page in our course, and there's the Zoom link, but please make sure you email me before you do that, because I may be talking to another student or may not be on. I do have my hours there as well on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Take a look at that. But anyway, this video is very long, so I do apologize. Rewind and rewatch it, please, just to make sure you get everything. Have a great night or day, evening, whatever time you watch this. And I guess you'll hear from me next week. All right, guys? Take care and definitely wash your hands. All right, guys?